Today you join us at Todber Manor fisheries.
First visit for us, mate.
Definitely, a water I've wanted to fish for a number of years actually. Followed it across social media, looked at it.
Say it's very, very popular on the social media platforms, isn't it? I think every other day you're seeing some sort of unit come out from one of the lakes, or even
Definitely.
Big match records and stuff like that. It's incredible complex, and we should be ashamed of ourselves for taking so long to get in, mate.
I think so, but thankfully we're invited down by Lee and Emma Rimmer, which we're very grateful for.
Absolutely, local resident experts, mate.
Definitely. So we
in good hands.
We definitely weren't going to say no, Steve, were we?
No. We need all the help we can get.
So we travelled here from Swindon this morning. Took about an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Because we came quite early, so missed all the traffic.
Thankfully.
But what a place. The fishery itself is set in 125 acres of beautiful Dorset countryside.
That's very nice, mate.
And I think it's home to some of the finest carp and coarse fishing that you can get down here in the southwest, actually.
Yeah, and this complex has got everything you need, isn't it? From the specimen carp to the sort of match lakes.
Yep, so there's 11 lakes here.
Yeah.
Giving you 28 acres of water to throw a line into.
Yeah.
There's 4 specimen carp lakes, a runs water that we're fishing today.
We certainly are, only Midday, but we're down here.
Yep, and there's 6 match pleasure fishing lakes as well.
Which we're going to go and have a look at later, because we're planning on coming back in the winter months to give those a proper go, aren't we?
Definitely, I think we're going to come back and give one of the specimen lakes a go.
Yeah.
But I think we'll definitely come back with our more commercial kit, scaled down stuff, and fish one of the match pleasure lakes as well, and see how that does in the winter.
Absolutely, look forward to that.
Yeah, but on the complex itself, it's well known for the carp that go to around £39 at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's also one of the few places in Dorset that you can actually catch catfish, which grow to a backbreaking.
Not my cup of tea, mate, but I know quite a few anglers that are, that target those. And an 80 pounder, mate.
I'd love to come down here and target them. But yeah, Steve says they grow to 80 pounds in here. Awesome size fish.
It's probably longer than me, mate.
Yeah.
5 foot nothing, so yeah.
But if carp fishing isn't your thing and you love your matches, sorry, wasps flying about, there is a match lake that provides 90 pegs.
Yeah, nice. Very well set out, isn't it?
Definitely. There's also an on-site tackle shop, which is billed to be one of the biggest in the UK.
Yep.
And they've just opened up a pole alley, which I think is a fantastic addition.
Didn't have a look in there because we were keen to get on with the fishing, mate. But yeah, like you said, I've seen photos across social media, and yeah, it looks impressive, mate.
Yeah, if you're spending, what can be a few grand on a pole, fantastic to go and actually hold it in your hands and have a little test with it before you part with your money as well.
I wouldn't spend £2 without at least getting in there and having a go with it. But yeah, no, absolutely, mate. Something you don't see in many shops.
No. So sessions here, if you want to book 24 hours or more, that can be booked online in advance. Day tickets, they have to be bought on the day, so you just come down to the shop, pay your money, and then head to the lake and start your fishing.
Simple as that, mate.
Very simple. So today, I think, as we said before, you join us on what's known as the runs water here.
Yeah.
A 4.5 acre lake called Wadmill.
Plenty of fish to go at.
Yes.
Although it's been a little bit patchy. We've spoken to a few people. It's been a bit of a sort of mixed results, hasn't it?
It has, but it's end of August at the moment, and I think everywhere is patchy, to be honest. Doesn't matter where you fish, how many fish are in the lake. It is just a patchy time. Super high pressure at the moment. But we had our first fish probably within an hour of starting.
Certainly did.
So that was nice to...
bit of sunshine to start with, and we thought, you know what, looks good for a zig. There's a few fish showing and a little bit of surface activity. So yeah, straight out with the short zigs. 3 foot was the first one?
It was.
Yeah. And put 2 out on the zigs.
We put a 3 and a 4 foot, so we're fishing in 5 to 6 foot of water. So we put a 3 and a 4 out to start with.
Yeah. And a solid on the other.
And a solid PVA bag just off the island to see what was best. And first 2 fish we had were both on zigs.
Yeah.
And then just as we hit midday, just before we started recording this, we had a run on the bag, and that was our biggest fish of the day so far.
Mark says hour. He's very generous. It was Mark's fish. Mark had a lovely 20, mate.
Yeah, so it was a 20. So the current lake record in here is actually 26. So to get a 20-pounder at all, I think we've done fantastically well.
Fishing, mate. First sort of session down here. Obviously, a bit of expert help by Lee and Emma. But 3 fish. Not massive runs water, but it's all 3 double. Well, 2 doubles on the 20. So
I think we should
can't knock that.
I think we should mention as well that although this is known as the Carp Lake, there's a big head of pike in here which run to over 20 pound. Yeah, that's kind of caught my attention. Could be making a 3rd trip back here in the winter to head for those. There's also bream to 10 pounds and perch to 3, which is that would be a awesome capture.
To be fair, you can do a bit of the pike fishing in the winter. I think I'll stick out the carp rods, mate.
Yeah, or you could even...
Pike's got teeth, don't want to give it, mate.
But you could also go for get the worms on for the perch, maybe?
A 3 pound perch.
That's a fish to have in an album, isn't it?
Fish. That would certainly be something worth coming back for, mate.
Yeah. So our approach today, as we've already said, we did come down here with an approach in mind, which was PVA bags. We thought it was a day ticket, commercial water.
Yeah. To be fair, I was going to bring the match gear as well.
You were?
So sort of changed our mind, spoke to sort of Lee and Emma a bit more, and we thought it might be a bit undergunned, and based on obviously what we've had so far and what we've seen, it probably would have been.
Yeah, and chatting to people here as well, as you walk around, people are all very friendly, offer advice. So there were a couple of fish swirled when we got in our swim this morning, so we decided to put 2 zigs out and a bag to see which is going the best. At the moment it's pretty even.
Emma and Lee over the top of the bags as well, and it catapulted a few of the sort of feed pellets over the top, just for a bit of extra bait and a bit more noise. And we've sort of been topping that up, a few catapults over the bag sort of every 10-20 minutes or so, and then recasting half hour to an hour depending on what's happening. Yeah, and we fed the margins up in one of the swims as well, so we're looking to fish that a bit later in the day. Normal match style matches finish around 3 o'clock. Yeah, maybe slip a couple of bags down the margin later on in the day. Of course, if we see any fish moving, we'll get on it, but at the moment the zigs have been the king. But sorry, I was distracted. I wasn't sure if Lee was playing one. I think he is actually, mate.
So Lee and Emma are fishing either side of us, and they fish here all the time, and they're using a very different approach to us in that they're using method feeders with soaked pellet. Lee's had a couple of fish, a couple of carp, a couple of bream. Emma's yet to catch, but she's just moved because she wasn't feeling it in her swim, so she's moved the other side of us now, and hopefully it won't be too long before Emma gets amongst them. But happy days. Our first time here, we've had a few fish. We're
hopefully a few more to follow.
Yep, learning as we go. We'll keep watching the water.
Jump out and go get some footage of Lee.
Yep, so hopefully next time you see us, we'll have another fish in our hands.
But we shall give you an update shortly.
Yeah, catch up with you soon.
Tight lines.
My first Todber Manor carp, caught on a 3-foot zig, black foam, soaked in the ever confident beetling and black. Just didn't want to settle down. Get this one back and see if we can get some more.
Well, second fish of the session so far. Mark had the first one. This is the second bite for both of us, but my first fish from Todber, both on the zigs, mate. So great start. We've only been fishing a few hours. I'm sure there'll be more to come.
Bang on midday, PVA bag rod screened off. Nut wafter, some pellet combo and some nut 365 oil. Cast just off the island, and we've got our third fish of the session. Happy days. So it's just after lunchtime now, just contemplating a move. Then the right hand zig tore off again. Seafood beetling on it this time, dipped in the beetling B. a lovely little ghosty for the efforts. Decisions now whether we move. I think Steve's got his mind set on it, so...
Catching a fish, I'm still thinking move, which is probably the wrong answer, but it looks much better down the other end, mate.
So I think we're going to chuck everything on the barrow and move to the other end of the lake.
For better, for worse. Well, fish number 5 and the smallest of the day, but very welcome nonetheless. We have literally just moved swims, chucked out a couple of zigs in another bag, and probably 20 minutes or so this one rattled off.
Yep.
So, the zigs are straight back out there. We're about to reposition another one out in the centre, see if we can get a few bites together. But first visit going very, very well. Zigs in the beetle and doing the business again. Well, it is nearly 7 o'clock.
It is.
I am probably going to get divorced because we're still about 2 hours away, aren't we? So by the time we get back, it's going to be like 9 o'clock. So I'm definitely going to be in the doghouse. But worth it, mate, I think.
It's been a good day.
For the first visit, I think we've got pretty lucky. Obviously, as we said, we've had spotting advice from Emma and Lee.
We have.
Put us right on the money. And yeah, we've managed 11 carp.
Yep. Done our usual thing of keep switching techniques, baits.
Yep. From zigs to bags, bags to zigs.
Change swim.
Moved swim.
But definitely paid off because I think by just after midday, we'd had 4 fish.
Yeah.
Maybe 5.
Yeah.
Steve went for a walk round, saw that this swim had a few fish in front, and it did have quite a few fish in front.
To be fair, we've moved obviously further down. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a carp bosh behind us. Yeah, no, I literally walked down here, was probably about 6-7 swims away from when we originally started, and within 10 minutes I'd seen more fish in this swim than we had done in the sort of whole morning. Yeah. So without question, Mark, as I got back, Mark was playing our full fish, wasn't it? Yeah. Like ghosty, and I was like, I know you're playing a fish, but we still need to move. So we moved off of. We did. Off of the fish, sort of speak, but yeah, no, there's a lot more showing down here, and despite not having anything for an hour, well over an hour, we got here, we put it just looked up for zigs, so we put 3 zigs out, a 3, a 4 and a 5 foot. We had 1 fish on a zig, but it just wasn't happening and the fish were moving around, so we made a decision, made up 3 fresh bags, put 3 bags out, and then we didn't look back. We've had a couple of double hookups. Yeah. Couple of very quick takes as well within minutes of sort of setting it, really. But bites were steady. Yeah. But ending on 11 fish today. 20 pounder for you as well, mate? I did have a 20 pounder, which was a stunning fish. You had a 18.5 common as well, which is gorgeous. Absolutely. But all the fish have been, apart from 2, were doubles. Yeah, no, like I said, it's all good sized fish, really. But first time fishing here, again, like Steve said, we got massive thanks to Lee and Emma. They were just great company all day long. Yeah. Really put us right in the morning. Venue experts without a doubt. So if you are looking to come down, Lee's on Facebook and he loves to help. He does. Drop him a message. But yeah, no, it's a fantastic venue. First visit, like I said, we should be ashamed of ourselves, waited so long to get down here. Yeah. We'll visit the Matched Lake in the winter. We're going to come back down here at some point later this season and possibly try Big Haze as well. So I think the reason we haven't been nice eye opener before is because it is hour and 45, hour and 50 minutes from Swindon. It's on the verge of... It's quite a long way for just a day trip, but today it's definitely been worth it. And we will be back hopefully to do a night or 2. What have we learned? What can we take away from this? Being light and mobile, I suppose? Yep, definitely. And I think working both zigs and bags. Yep, we didn't put out any bait. I suppose that is literally bite at time tactics.
We could have sloppy spotted maybe today, but
wasn't really right. Although it was warm enough because of the chop that we couldn't really do floaters, which may have been interesting because I think if it was flat, I think we would have caught a few.
Definitely,
on top.
and we would have tried if it had been flat calm or the wind had dropped a little bit. We'd have definitely tried that as well.
But solid bags, mini combo, oils, put in seafoods.
And again, for us, it was just letting the fish tell us where they were. We just watched all day. There was some fizzing. Most of the fish.
We probably saw 100 shows, I reckon.
I think we probably did. And if you'd have been with us today, you'd have thought the same as us, that it would have been zigs all day. But for whatever reason, it just wasn't. They were producing fish.
It was the warmer part of the day where we really thought they would kick in, and they actually did the opposite.
It did.
You know, fish obviously pushed a bit closer to the island shelf, so we had one up tight and one just off.
Yeah.
And both did bites, like I said, when we moved around.
Yeah.
So
and we were lucky today because sometimes PVA bags here can attract the bream, but we didn't have a bream between us today, which all carp.
Up to £20.
4 different strains of carp as well. Mirrors, commons.
We had a nice
Ziplin, and we had an F1 as well. So yeah, I think we've had a great day, and we'll definitely be back. And can't recommend it enough to anybody. Really, give it a go. It's definitely worth it.
100%. Where are we going next?
So we are off to Woodside Lakes.
Woodside Lakes
at the weekend.
The new one.
So we will see you there.
We shall have a new video for you soon.
See you soon.
Tight lines.